What's good, everyone? Praise Yah. Welcome into Dream Machines. We're going to get started soon. That's all right. So, this is Dream Machines. This is the pilot episode. I just wanted to get a little bit more creative with these streams. Maybe try to make them look a little bit more professional or just interesting. So, I had a thought for a concept. I've got a few different ideas for concepts that I'm going to try out, and this is just a little test run. So what we do on live streams quite a bit is talk about gear. You know, we talk a lot about like firmware updates, certain features that we wish were in gear, upcoming stuff, new MPC coming, you know, possibilities. So I've kind of had this idea in the back of my mind because I'm always thinking of, you know, ideas for things that don't exist that I think would be great. And so what this little series will be, if I stick with it, if it works well and y'all like it and we continue, is just sharing my ideas for products that don't exist, right? Ideas that I think are great. And if you guys have ideas too, you know, you can drop them, maybe send me an email. If you don't mind sharing the idea, maybe we can get into it. If you're like me, I don't really care. I'm not out here trying to like shop an idea and make money off it. I just want to share my ideas, and if these companies hear it, if it, you know, sparks something, they make it. I just want cool gear to help me make music, right? Pretty much.
On the web for a bit. Check it out.
Okay, so that's my iPad. Just randomly lately has been triggered by certain keywords. I don't know why. The other day when I did like an NPC stream, I said something and it triggered it, and then I was like watching back on the TV at my stream, and at that very same point when it triggered it in the stream, it triggered it again. So that's funny. I don't know. So yeah, this is my thought process for this idea. I'm getting back into Tracklib, right? Like I didn't like it at first when I first signed into it. I was used to using like Splice, and I like the way you navigate things, pretty easy. But since I've been doing a lot more sample-based stuff lately. I've been using samplet.io, sampling and writing songs and stuff and uploading them. Not that I'm super like really tripping about sample clearance at this point, because my music isn't reaching levels where it really matters. You know, before I started releasing music, I think that's a big question a lot of people have. Like if you're into sampling, hip hop production, it's a concern of yours, like as far as like sharing your music online, whether you need to worry about sample clearance. If you don't have much of an audience and your music isn't reaching at that level, then it doesn't really matter. It's not something to be anxious about. But I think it's a cool idea to at least have something like Tracklib is an awesome idea. I think, you know, it helps you. And I've never tried it. I've never actually cleared a sample, but I am curious a little bit about what that process might be like using Tracklib, which is supposed to make it easier. So I've been looking at Tracklib for the last couple days, and it's kind of cool, like looking at stuff like this. Yesterday I was going through a Just Blaze like choice list, and these are also like little. I'm probably gonna check out some of these. Like let's see the Dr. Dre one, got Erykah Badu, DJ Screw, DJ Shadow. So I don't know if these ones are specifically picked out by them. I think it's just stuff that sounds like. But I think the list that I was looking at yesterday was maybe selections from Just Blaze. I don't know if they like worked with them, but maybe. So I don't know where I found that. I'm just looking at this now. I wanted to go back to it. But yeah, this is kind of cool. I'm starting to like Tracklib a little bit, getting used to the navigation and finding stuff since I've been using samplet.io. So, let's see. What did I want to cover here? Right. Okay. So I had an idea that was, I guess, sparked from. Let me pull up my overhead. Or let me first like just click on one of these. Let's click on this Dr. Dre playlist. Okay, I'm still learning how to navigate
This is Dr. Dre here for my man Shang.
So
Shang
this is
not only angry.
This is actually Dr. Dre stuff. So I want a sample. I want to actually also use it, like all my series ideas that I may have, because I'm kind of all over the place with this YouTube thing, trying to figure it out still. Because I want my channel to grow, but I also want to grow like as a music creator and a songwriter. And so if y'all noticed, like I really switched up and just started doing songwriting content, trying to stop doing the tutorials pretty much, and then it's slowed down quite a bit. But I want to see that growth just so I can put my music out there and it can get an audience as well, and just improve on that. So I'm still early on in my journey of writing songs. I'm like 13 songs in, but I feel like I can grow still and get a lot better at that. So I want to nurture that, as well as this whole YouTube thing, live streaming, videos, whatever. And I think I'm really leaning into live stream because I just enjoy it more than, you know, trying to edit a video, which I'll do every once in a while. But I like this, and I'm about to pull up the chat so y'all can get involved in this whole idea and see what y'all think, because I'm sure y'all have ideas for products too. So I'm also going to get into that, and it's related to Tracklib. You've seen the title, Tracklib MIDI controller. I don't think it exists. I tried to Google it, but I had a thought, and I think it would be dope. So, and I have an idea for another product I think I'll share that is really related. And if you look at the thumbnail, it's based off of that as well. So, let me see. See, I'm still getting used to navigating this. I want to just find something like, let me go into collections, because if I can find the Just Blaze one, then that would be dope. And please, if you like this idea so far and you want to see me do more of this series, please give this a thumbs up. I'm most likely going to get demonetized on this video, so because of the samples. But so we got gospel ready to flip. So also let me know in the chat if you guys are using Tracklib, if anyone has any experience with actually picking a sample, like being happy with that outcome of what your chops were and your beat and stuff, and have actually moved forward with distributing and all that. That'd be cool to hear about. I don't know, I guess I'll just go 60, 70 soul funk, because I just want to explain, I want to get this up and explain what kind of triggered this idea. Maybe if I pitch it up, I can avoid some of that. It'd be nice to be able to, it resets every time you the pitch this. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Intro was really nice. All right, I'm gonna pause on this and probably come back to that. But I want to pull up my overhead so I can show you what really sparked this whole idea. All right, so I'm gonna try to blend. I don't know if I got my point across with the whole what I'm trying to do here. So I'm figuring things out on YouTube. I want to experiment with different ideas. I've got like 3 or 4 different series ideas I want to try out for live streams. Something a little more interesting for y'all than just Raul's broadcast. So just moving with intent and stuff. But I want to be able to blend what I'm doing, like say something like this, and then still it end up being a songwriting, you know, stream as well. So ideally that's the end goal. If I can find a sample while talking about all this and chop it up, and then, you know, be inspired to write something, at least like maybe a hook, then that would be a success. And so that's my goal ultimately. So yeah, so I got this new keyboard. Let's see what it is. This little QWERTY keyboard. It's a wireless USB. It's also Bluetooth. It was about like $32 after tax. This is the JLab Go keyboard and mouse. So it's a combo. My other combo got messed up, or I lost a little dongle or whatever, so I had to get this, and I was searching online. And I found one on Walmart.com. It was super cheap. It was like $7 plus another $7 for ship. It would have been like $15, but I wanted something. I was willing to spend a little bit more and get something immediately so I can get to work, right? So I didn't go for that, and I went over here, which ends up being cool because I was gonna buy 2 of those sets so that I can control my iPad and then also control like my phone. So like Tracklib I have currently on my phone, and all the stuff that I'll display on the stream will be from my phone. So I got Tracklib on my phone. And what was cool from reading this box is I haven't tried it yet, but you can actually, it says easy switch between 3 saved devices, laptop, phone, tablet, and more. So that's really dope that I could probably connect this. So I got a USB to my phone, and then I could probably do Bluetooth to my iPad and then switch between them. So I wouldn't have to get 2 sets of mouses. So, which is also annoying because I already got 2 sets of mouses going, one for the stream and then one to control the phone for doing Tracklib and sampling and stuff and pulling up different things for the stream. But what inspired the whole Tracklib MIDI controller thing, and you all can tell me if it exists, if anything like that exists, because there's one other thing I see I think they're working on, and that's the Tracklib beat making app, which I'll take a look at real quick in a second. But what inspired this was just the fact that here, let me try to do a split screen thing so that I can show what's going on. Okay, how will we do this? Okay, here we go. Pull this up. Okay, so I got both screens up. Got Tracklib on the phone, top left corner. And okay. So this thing has this little wheel right here, which is fire. This is a volume control. So I'm controlling my phone volume. Very useful, because other times I'm like reaching over to the iPad or the phone and trying to, you know, press the button. So that's not useful. Or I have like my actual microphone, because it's a USB mic control, but then that takes down my volume of my mic too going in, so my voice. So it's good to have a separation. So just having this, and then like having, I could forward through the track right with the arrow buttons, and so that's super dope. And then like I'm looking at, like, it's cool that Tracklib, because it really is set up for people who are digging for samples, right? So we're in this age of digital digging, and so it's got stuff like pitch, and you can even, I thought this was wild, the beat stuff. Like I didn't even know it had this until, and then you can switch the so this is probably old stuff for a lot of you, but yeah, you can do beats and you can loop. I should both go at the same time. I don't know, it's not that I'm going to use this, but yeah, I bet you I think a lot of this is in the app. Anyways, so turn this loop off. So I can actually like pause the music from this little wheel here and turn the volume up and down. And so just having that wheel and that volume, and then the control here, is cool enough. But I thought it would be a dope idea if, and shoot, like I was gonna pull up, I had ChatGPT make me some I'm always forgetting something, but I had ChatGPT make me some little mock-ups of some ideas for a MIDI controller. So basically the idea for a Tracklib MIDI controller would just be a MIDI controller, basic little deck, like a single deck, and then you have pitch control on it, pause, start, stop, you know. So maybe something like this is coming already, since I think they're in the fairly early stages of trying to build this beat making app for Tracklib. I don't know if anybody has it out there. It's not available on Android, but it's coming. They're working on it. So that's why I assume it's in its early stages, because it's still not available completely on all platforms. So what I want to do is switch these cameras again and then take a look at this, because there is this beat making app if you guys haven't seen it. So it's over here, introducing the Tracklib mobile app. It's an iOS app so far, Brought to you by the creators of Sample Breakdown, which I've never heard of. The power of sampling in your hand. There's a magic in every song. It's up to you to find it. Swipe your way through our endless catalog of samples and find perfect loops and make them your own through our brand new beat maker. So yeah, it seems like it's going to be like a more beefed up version of what you can do on the desktop app where you have beats and stuff. I don't know if you can do your own sequencing. I'm about to pull up a video on it. And the video's on YouTube. I looked at it. It's not even like public. It's just set up so you can watch it here. So I don't know if they even have anything. If it's that early, y'all let me know if you know. Find and match and edit samples in a new way, letting your ear intuition lead you. Use editing tools that are easy to understand and combine them for unique results. All right. Less work, more flow. Whether it be full beat or a single sample, your desktop is always kept in the loop. Everything in the app is synced to the desktop app. Drag and drop, able to your DAW. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So your library will be available there. I don't know why there's not just a Tracklib app in general, which would be good. I don't think there is. There might be. I think there might be actually. There's a desktop one from what I've seen so far, but not a mobile Tracklib app, which I was trying to find. That's why I'm running it on on like the Chrome browser on my Android phone. So let me click on this video. Where's that at? So you got sample chopping, pitch. Yeah, it's just got loops in it, just like that. Okay. Save to the desktop. Okay, so I don't know. From the look of it, I don't know if you can actually make beats in it or if it's just a way of putting loops. I kind of zoned out there for a second. I don't know if it's that or it's just really for kind of like on the app or like on the desktop version. So let me click out of here. All right, so I'm gonna just go back to Tracklib and then try to find something to chop up. But what's good with everybody? Let's go in the chat for a minute. I'm like 15 minutes in. See what you guys are thinking. Oops. DJ Rec, what's good? SimCity, what's good? Vax, what is up? Splice or Tracklib. Splice is cool, but Tracklib is you're actually getting like Splice is people that are making packs specifically for Splice or specifically for sale in that way, while Tracklib gets you licenses of actual like released music. I think there's some of that on Tracklib, so I am really new to Tracklib, so I can't give you like all the information on it, but I think both are useful. I'm not really using Splice that way. I don't want the Splice loops. I don't know, it's just more interesting to me to do it the kind of the old-fashioned way, but of course we're digital digging. I'm not using records, but in some way it's kind of like that because using actually released music, you know. Beatmo, what's good? Ferris, what's up? I tried the iOS app and it's not that great, but hopefully they improve it. Is it kind of what I was thinking it was? It's really just, can you do one shots in there, or is it just loops? And can you sequence on it, or is it just beat matching with pre-made loops? Guess there is a trail in that, bro. What does trail mean? Yes, I'm late. Yeah, whatever. But I'm not. The point isn't really that. Is there? I don't know what you meant by trail. Like trial, like a free trial. I am definitely late. I know Tracklib's been around for a while. I wasn't interested in it at first. I thought it was kind of corny, and then I tried it. I gave it a chance, and I didn't like the navigation for some reason, just because I was used to Splice, and Splice was easy. Hand pink waving. What you saying, Sonic Vibe? Though, what's good? So yeah, the idea for the stream or for this series is just like machines that don't exist, and so I had an idea that just kind of sparked there. That would be nice if I could kind of get that vibe of looking through records but controlling the app or the website. And I've seen that possible. Like there are websites that you can connect MIDI controllers to, and control what's going on the website. So if Tracklib deletes a song, you can't use it anymore. Really? What if you have like a hold on a sec. What if you have something already released and you got a clearance? You're all good, or is there some kind of controversy in that? Okay, so yeah, so far Mac Joseph says use it to start ideas and then bring the samples to your DAW. So it's really just like a starting point. So what it does, it sounds like, is while the beats like on the desktop version help you get ideas, you can't. I don't think you can export the beats, like if you want to use the beats on there. So this is like giving you that drag and drop option. So I don't know, probably not something I would use from the beats that I hear on there. Like I like to pick my own drum sounds at the very least, you know. World Needs a Hero, what's up? Service at Tap Electronics. If you need any of your audio equipment repaired, reach out to me. Okay. Don't you think splice is killing creativity? Personally, when I have a splice, I'm just collage the sounds I found. Yeah, I mean, to some degree, I guess, you know, that's kind of why I'm like, you know, coming from a hip hop mindset, you want to dig for the stuff yourself. And I've always kind of put those rules on myself. When I started using Splice, it was for a different reason, because I wanted to take away some of the burden of trying to make beats from scratch so that I could focus on songwriting. So it was a big help in that regard, because I could take a sample, like it's, you know, there's a lot of stuff that it sounds really good. You know, it's clean, mixed well composed, and you got loops. So I would just take the loops and chop them. And I think I did my first song, my second song, but was really, because my first song I did probably took years for me to finish. And then the second one kind of came together pretty quick. That was called Dad Being. And I took a splice sample, a loop, and I chopped it up pretty good, like where it didn't sound like the original. But yeah, I think as far as like the digging aspect, it is up to you to be creative and flip stuff still. But as far as the digging aspect, it does give you a starting point that's kind of superior, because when you're digging through records or even samplet.io, like I found when I first started using that probably a couple months ago, I found a lot of good ones at first, but then the process of going through 20, 30 different songs that aren't really clicking with me, that's a reality. And then with Splice, like everything's kind of like optimized. It already sounds good. I mean, there's stuff that I don't like on there, but you know, if you click on like soul, and then click on keys, like you can really narrow it down to something that you prefer. So yeah, it's kind of a crutch, I think, in a way, but you know, to each their own. And for different situations, if you're a songwriter, you know, like I would definitely encourage a songwriter, a rapper. And I made a video about this because one of my songs, I just took a splice loop and a splice drum loop, and I chopped the loop and I beat matched the drum, and then I added my own bass line, and that was it. So yeah, maybe that's cheating for some of us who are like producers, right? But if you are a rapper and you're you know, taking the initiative to kind of be to take things into your own hands and be like self-sufficient, get yourself an MPC and a Splice account. Like that's the simplest thing you could probably do to help start it off, because I mean that's kind of the equivalent of a rapper going out and buying beats. And not saying that that's like trying to take away business for any of you. I don't know if you guys are like selling beats or anything, but yeah, I think it's like different kind of mindsets for different scenarios. So since I'm also a producer or a beat maker, whatever, and a songwriter, you know, I take that into account. So I'm not using Splice now because I used it as a leg up for that moment to get myself going, because I didn't write songs. You know, when I first started getting into music, I wrote raps. Then I met a friend whose dad was a producer, and he had like a little studio in his room, and that really got me started in beat making. And then I made beats. I maybe wrote a couple songs when I was like 18, and then I just kept making beats and beats, and I didn't write for years and years because I was trying to make a beat. I was trying to make stuff, a sound that was for me, and I never found it because I was too focused on that. But you know, that was a training period to learn how to produce music. So yeah, I went to Splice to help myself out because that wasn't working. That whole method for me for completing music wasn't working. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go outside of my realm of my rules and stuff and help myself out so I can build a different skill that I've been slacking on and not nurturing, you know. Ableton just added a nice Splice integration. Drag and drop right inside Ableton. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so I like this idea because I don't know how most people who use Tracklib are using it, or most people who use Splice are using it, because I know you can download a library, and then even with the MPC, there's Splice integration where you can sync wirelessly your whole Splice loops onto your MPC and have them all there. But I tried that, but didn't care for it. So the way that I use Splice and the way that I'm using Tracklib now is going straight into my MPC or my SP and sampling straight from Splice. That's why I like this idea. So I don't know if this idea will really kick off, because I don't know. I seem to use things in a way that isn't the majority of people. Like, how many of y'all have used Splice or used Tracklib and sampled it straight out your computer or your phone? How many of y'all do that with like Splice, Tracklib, Samplet.io? I go straight in. It's a sampler. That's the way I want to do it. I'm not really interested in dragging and dropping stuff. I just want to listen to a song, hear the dope parts that are sticking out to me, and sample that. Sample a couple loops, chop it up, put it in the machine like it's in the machine already, because I don't have to drag and drop. So that's how I do it. So just imagining a little MIDI controller right here, like a little deck that I can pull back, like a record has a start stop button, pitch, all that. Maybe they could even put the beat stuff in there. Like, it could just be a simple controller, and I could look at my screen for everything else, or they could make an advanced one that has like a touch screen or has a screen, and you can browse through and then select like genres from the screen. That would also be dope. So this is the idea. Who knows? It looks like they're building stuff. They're trying to expand. But I think it would be dope if they, partnered with someone like InMusic, because InMusic makes all these different controllers. They own like Denon, and they have the DJ Engine software that I've been looking at. And this kind of sparked from this other idea, because I want to get one of these. And I'm gonna type on this. Let me see. I want to get one of these media players. DJ, like, what do you call it? Like, it's like a DJ system. And if y'all seen the thumbnail, I've been wanting to grab one of these for a few reasons. Do you guys know who owns Alpha Theta? Is that Pioneer? Is that the same as Pioneer? And is that, I don't think that's owned by InMusic, but if it is, that's also another one that I was looking at. But this one's cool because it's kind of it's more of a portable thing. It's got a built-in battery. I don't think this one has a speaker. But yeah, this is the Denon Prime, the Denon DJ Prime Go Plus DJ standalone console system. I've been wanting to grab one of these because I thought it would be a great idea to sample from, because you have all these services. I don't know about these services, but they're created for DJs, right? So DJs can have a library of sounds that they probably have a subscription to, and they can go do parties and and get paid that way, do their thing. But I know some of the names. I'm just not familiar with what they are and what they're like using them. So there's like Beatport or something, or I think you can get Apple Music. I don't know if you can get Spotify, but there's different ones that you can subscribe to, and then you can control that from the decks, which is super fire and would be a great thing to have today as a sample-based musician. So another idea for Tracklib would be just to get integration, because I looked that up and I don't see that there's any integration as far as Tracklib with one of these, because I don't know if this market or people really think the way that I'm thinking, where I want to sample from a physical unit, right? So that kind of sparks the other idea that I had. I don't know if they'll do it, because maybe there's just not a market for it like there is, but it would be something like this the Denon DJ Prime Go Plus, but in a single deck format that's created specifically for beat makers. So it would be nice to have a little scratcher, like a little crossfader on there. Doesn't have to, because it would be made for sampling specifically. Like, that's what I would like to see. Maybe in music, Denon, partner up with Tracklib, make us a single deck that I can access Splice already, and then access Tracklib and do it all from here. And the reason why I also like this thing, because as a producer, I've been as a hip hop songwriter, I've always been wanting to scratch, right? But I'm most interested in like scratching hooks that are from my own vocal. Like I did this on one track. What I did was actually is I just chopped my hook vocal, and then I like triggered that from the pads on the MPC. And then at that time I had a Newmark PTO1 scratch, and I did some quick scratch sounds on the Newmark, and then I just blended it with the pad presses of my vocal. So with this Denon DJ Prime Go, what's dope about it is this is the only machine that I've seen. I've looked around at so many different ones, because they do make single ones that where you have to buy the set, you buy two of them, and then you buy a mixer and all that. So they make something like this, but this is the only machine that I've seen so far, aside from maybe that Alpha Theta one, I forget what it's called exactly, that has inputs and a sampler. So with this thing, I could sample my voice directly into it and then put it on a deck and then scratch it. So that's mad interesting. I know with the Alpha Theta one, it has Bluetooth capability where you can actually scratch what's on your phone. So there's kind of a workaround. I don't know if that one has a sampler, but you could record anything to your phone and then scratch it from the deck. So that's wild. So that's what I would want, is like a single deck right here that I can access. And I don't know, maybe I'll grab one of these. It's just a little overkill for me. I don't need two decks. I'm not mixing music like that. But I would want it for those two reasons, so I could scratch my own. I could sample in my own voice and scratch my own voice on the deck and then sample from it. I think that'd be a very useful tool. So I might try one of these to see what it's like, and then just use like the standard I guess I don't know, that's standard, all the different subscription music services that you have on there that's available. But I think it's a missed opportunity if they don't jump into this, because Tracklib, I mean, it's set up for you to sample and clear samples and stuff. So yeah, that's the thought process there on what I'd like to see. I really should have had those. Well, they were kind of bootleg anyways, trying to get pictures done on ChatGPT. But you know, the general idea is there. Still life, what is good? Don't need another subscription draining my bank account month after month. I know how you feel, bro. But in these kind of situations, it's like we've got so many different like video subscriptions. Like every once in a while, I got to go in and trim the fat off and delete the ones that we're not really using or that I didn't subscribe to. Amazon is the pit right there, the Amazon Prime, because it's easy. It's so easy. Like my wife will be subscribing to different stuff so she can watch, and they always give you like the week trial, and then it's on there for like 2 years and you didn't even know. And it's wild when you have the subscription outside of Amazon Prime and then you get it in Amazon, It's like, nah, this is a waste of money. Yeah, MPC 2000 XL VST. I seen that briefly. Chocolate Boy Swaggers, what's up? Sonic Vibe. I always worried about Splice and those people claiming copyright for similar samples. I guess you'd have to mangle them a lot. Yeah, so I've had that actually happen, just like trying to find something on Splice on a live stream, where my live stream will be copyright claimed, and then someone else will take my revenue just because I'm playing a Splice loop. And that's happened a couple times to me. They tell you that before they delete the song. So what are you losing your clearance rights? Can that happen? What, Dan Cron, what's up? What's in a MKII PC Live 3? We don't know much about that yet, but I'm not sure what the question is. Like the Splice integration, most likely. If you have already licensed works that contain samples from any of these songs, they are in no way affected by this. Okay, cool. If you already have, okay. Chuck Boy Swagger. Remember there was a time we couldn't find good samples anywhere? Times have changed. Let's embrace it. Yeah, you know, I try to do that because I know I can be stubborn about certain things and really look at things in a sour way. And this is one of those things. And like AI would be one of those things. But I try to be kind of level-headed and see how I can use some of these things to my advantage. And, you know, because every generation does that about everything, just about, you know. I especially think about it like in music, right? Every generation is like, oh, music today, you know. So I use that kind of perspective to keep a level head about stuff. And it's just more like, because if like hip hop started today, this is what I've come to. This is my like theory. If it started today, then using records would not be the mode, like the normal mode. I really wouldn't, because that's what they're in that time, in the 70s, whatever. That was the prevalent medium for music. So, you know, people were using their parents' record collections most likely, and just, you know, being innovative with what they had, using what they had and flipping it, you know. So today, being that we have access to YouTube and all these platforms, I would always say that YouTube would be the main source of sample digging if hip hop started today. And so that's the mindset I see, because whatever is more accessible to people, I think that's what it was about, and using what you have access to. Let's pull this up. Dencron. What is that, a shrimp? Yeah, Koala, DJ Pro. DJ Pro got the best. Is that available on on like the Denon Prime Go. Sonic Vibe Taurus, maybe? I don't know what you're saying. Do you stem separate Tracklib tracks, or do you EQ them to get what you need from it? I haven't actually made anything with Tracklib yet. I've just been looking at it and listening to samples. Alpha Theta owns Pioneer. You study every day and you will succeed. Okay, appreciate that, man.
You're welcome.
Prime Go Plus. It got a sampler, streaming services too: SoundCloud, Tidal, BeatSource, Dropbox, and Amazon Music. Do you have one? Yeah, it's for DJs for sure. For sure. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's the dream machine for us, like beat makers, producers, sample based, is to have like a simple machine like that or something to control Tracklib. Next time I'll come with like concept pictures. Next idea. MPC Mini. I hope so. Learn to do a chirp scratch and transformer scratch for sure. The Prime Go isn't great for scratching. Yeah, I think it's the Omnis Duo by Alpha Theta. What do you mean the MPC makes more sense? MPC Mini makes more sense for the idea you're talking about. Ali Star, what's up? Leonel Ferreira. If Splice is so bad, then why does Ableton just integrated the new Splice thing? No one's saying Splice is so bad. I actually said the opposite. It's more of a philosophy that we were talking about. So man, to each their own. I'm not hating anyone for using Splice. It's got some great stuff, and I used it for a minute to help me out to write songs. So yeah, because I think what Beat Mo said, because it's the most popular probably. Yeah, when things get popular, they also get a lot of hate, so that's a part of it. You want what I got for scratching, Rain 12. Is that a digital deck, bruh? Or is that let me look at it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is, huh? It seems to be. Let's look at it for a sec. Now I'll pull up Splice or scratch. Not Splice, but is that a digital deck? Whoops. Bruh, or is that bruh? Rain 12. All right, let me just pull up the Rain 12 so everyone can see. Is it sold out? Is it sold out, or is there a new model that I'm just not? This isn't. Let me go. Rain 12. Oh yeah, okay, we got Mark II, so $8.99, huh? Nice. Yeah, so that gives you like the vinyl vibe when you're scratching it, like the feel of the deck. But it's a digital deck, right? Because I don't see any. I don't see a stylus. Turntable style DJ controller with classic feel, modern features, and intuitive layout. So is that thing, is it just a controller, or is it a standalone device? It must be nice if it's a controller for that price. I mean, that's a, yeah, I mean, it looks real nice. Adds USB control for track browse selection Instant double. So what do you use this with? Like, what app are you using this with, or what like music subscription? Because I would like something like this if I could, and I really want those abilities that the Denon Prime Go has, that gives you ability to sample and scratch your own sounds. No tone armor or damage, skip needles, Range 12 Mark II gifts the Pro Club, Scratch Battle DJ with zero error, secure and solid performance environment, underpinned with black acrylic control disc, precision control. I like the motorized platter idea, because some of these decks, if they just have like platters that are just sitting there still, that seems kind of weird. So that's dope. Interesting. I'm gonna need something else for my chat window. Serato DJ Pro. Okay, does Serato have like music subscriptions integration? SimCity got an MPC3 question. Okay, cool. Question for everyone. If the MPC3 Live turned up in your warehouse and you was told you're not allowed to open it, would you secretly? Yeah, I think I would. No, I mean, if I was working there, I'd probably get first dibs though. You know? All right. I'm gonna turn this off for a second. Let's go listen to some stuff.
And now
I got something. Let's see if we can turn this into something. I'll just go with that. New group. Mac Joseph, you used this sample before? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Let me just practice here. Chop this. Najee Harrison, what's up? group? Okay. See, I need that. I need those mute groups to be copied over. That messes me up. That's a little too much. See, that's why we're in the practice mode. I am Ray Beats. Appreciate it. All right. Appreciate it. Ferrez. In here. Okay, let's see if I can extract. Get that one. Let's see. Going a lot slower here. This first half of this loop. Definitely a bit slower. I don't like that. I don't feel like doing any stretching either, so. I want to use that piece, but I feel lazy because I know that they're like slightly different tempos, and okay. Let me try this. All right, see, nah, this is a lot of work sometimes trying to get these things to match in here, and I'm not organized in my head right now. 90. All right, let me see, remember how I do this again. My bad. Heated, so let's see if I think we're back now. All right, so I've been trying to like time stretch these little parts of this loop because it shifts in tempo quite a bit and it doesn't sound like I got it. So I figured out how to get these loops to work well. I even made a video about it, but then I never put it into practice, so I've kind of forgotten. Thought I did it correctly, but it seems like they're still at different tempos. So I think I'm just gonna maybe just go ahead and sequence these three little parts from the end of the loop, the second 2 bars of the loop, and I'll see if I can come up with some kind of a song idea. So yeah, most of y'all dropped out because the stream dropped out. So if you're still here, DJ Rec, what's good? Appreciate it. And OSR The Journey, man, what's up, man? If you're here. Okay, what's our tempo? 81. So I'm gonna go 81 on the pattern. Oops. No, it's not working. Tempo's not right. What's up with that? Let me just go back. Read this. This is probably gonna make me go back to my MPC after this. Struggling. I'm trying to get good at my SP, like really good, but man, it has its frustrations. So my tempo isn't seem like it's legit right now. So try 88 or 88. No, not 88. 78. Okay, I'm gonna try 78. Maybe that'll work. Terrible. Truncate this. Okay, so that's getting me a faster 86.7, 87. Okay, let's just say 87 then. Blatant. Salute, man. What's up? That's way off. Let's see. Maybe if I chopped it. That's gonna make it different. Yeah, I'm about to pull my MPC out. Shit, what am I doing? This is some slop, bro. Can't wait for that Live 3 to come out. Dang. Y'all ever get this frustrated just trying to get your loop linked up on the grid? See, I think I try to get too intricate. And and use the detection rather than just tap tempo. I used to tap tempo things all the time. And then I think I discovered like the beat matching tools and the MPC and the SP pretty late. Wasn't utilizing those. And now that I've figured them out, like I always go for them rather than just relying on the tap tempo, which could probably be a little bit healthier just to use the tap tempo. Shoot, I'm gonna do like 90. Change it to 90. That actually seems much better. Just relying on my own rhythm. Tap tempo. I really gotta change it. That little snare roll at the end kind of sloppy though. Maybe my chop could be better. Start point. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right, we're locked in. So check. What's missing? What's missing from the SP-404? Man, I'm building a list of things that I think are missing from the 404. But yeah. I'll talk about that later because I pretty much talk about it every time. Jazz Room, salute. Live 3. Yeah, I think the Live 3 is real. We've gotten some evidence and leaks. Have you not seen any of that? Best way to now solve the SP's time stretch problem is to chop the sample and replay it. Yeah, I think after today, I'm probably going to just rely more on the tap tempo because I spent time using the detect and setting that up, and it did me wrong. Didn't work out too well. So yeah. All right, I'm about to head out soon. Song prompts, throw them in the chat window. Yeah. Yeah, that's the psyop right there. I've seen that theory going around. With AI being so prevalent now, people aren't going to believe anything, right? It's hard to believe stuff with AI going around. But what we did see, what I can guarantee you, is that Alto Music did have a listing up. And you can even search it. You'll see Alto Music, but if you click on it, you'll get that 404 not found on that page. But it was up, and I seen it for myself. I first seen someone post about it, a little screenshot, link or whatever, and then I clicked it, and it was there for a good minute. I actually took a screenshot of the actual website myself. And if you haven't seen that yet, it wasn't much, but it was a Kai MPC Live 3 with a price tag. We didn't get a description, no photos, none of that. But it was there. $1,600. Kai MPC Live 3. We also had some people in here. Beats by Lonza came in. Beats by Lonza, if you ever seen him on social media, YouTube, he's got a ton of drum machines. So when he tells us that he bought it, I believe him. He went right on, because you could buy it and check it out. It was on Labor Day. So there was a Labor Day savings discount. He saved $200 and got the MPC Live 3, which doesn't exist technically, hasn't been announced, for like $14, which is still high price for MPC Live, but we're yet to see what that actually looks like. But I believe him when he says it, because he's like that. He'll buy all the machines, and I don't take him for a liar, although I don't know him personally. From what I've seen, I don't see him as a liar. But he talked to somebody, and he talked to Alto Music and said that they're honoring the purchase and that they're going to come out in October. October is shipping date. So got the box. We got that. That's official. And I could tell you that from experience of watching Akai for a long time. I've been on YouTube. I don't even know at this point. I think I started YouTube videos when my second daughter was born. She's now 7. I might have started Instagram at that point then. So I think I've been on YouTube for at least like 6 years. I've been into MPCs for like 20 years. But since these new gen MPCs have been out, I've been paying close attention because I've been doing content. And every time hints of a new MPC are coming, I try to cover it. I cover the leaks. Like I did it with the Key 37. I did it with the Key 61. Mainly those two, I think. I don't know if I did any content beyond that. But I've been paying attention when there's hints and stuff and there's patterns. There's patterns now. So the pattern that an online retailer leaks a new MPC, that happens all the time. MPC Key 37 last year was MPC stuff that leaked it. Right? And we got the FCC ID. It's a real thing for sure. When will it come out? I don't know. I think it's going to come out before the 23rd. It might be tomorrow. And it will be announced. Like if Alto Music is saying October 1st, it'll be announced before that, so people can place their pre-orders. You know, and so that the influencers, because we know that's a pattern too. You know, the YouTube MPC heads that make content will show their videos before, probably at least a week in advance before we can actually get our hands on it. So, you know, this is kind of the protocol. So if it doesn't get released within this week, I think, I don't know, they might keep a pretty tight seal as far as images go, but we've seen a box. Last year, there was a stack of boxes on a cart in front of a Guitar Center, and that was leaked online. And then there was a picture of a guy like in his car chilling with the Key 37 on his lap. So yeah, I mean, I don't know anything that isn't available online that people are talking about, but you can believe that I pay attention to the patterns that occur, and they are pretty repetitive. So, and they do have a new MPC that's FCC file code ACVG, and it's been filed since back in March or April 1st, I think. They could be fooling us, you know, with that little file date. But yeah, on that you can see they do what's like they do temporary confidentiality things, and if you look at the information on there, the documents, it says internal and external photo confidentiality temporary until September 23rd. So I would assume, like, if they don't release it on September 23rd, we should be able to go back to the FCC file and see the images within that document and those pages. Your Key 37 broke? What happened? How long have you had that? Have you tried to get them to replace it? I mean, I know you can't possibly have had that for longer than 2 years, right? Most electronic manufacturer warranties are 2 years. It's only been out like a year, I think, a year and a half. Yeah, so that sucks. But I'm gonna get off of here. Shoot, the goal was to come up with a song. I'll save this and maybe I'll come up with some kind of a hook idea for it later. But I gotta get going, go pick up the kids. Well, thanks everyone for joining me on this. I don't know how many of y'all are still here from the intro. You know, this was like a live stream series concept called Dream Machines. Just a little trial run. Let's call it the pilot. Let's call it trial run. So it's a concept of where I come up with my idea or share my ideas for products that don't exist that I think would be cool within the music gear space. And today was a Tracklib MIDI controller, and then on top of that was like some sort of a single deck media player where I can maybe they can integrate Tracklib so I can sample straight from it into my MPC or my SP, you know. And I like the feeling of physically being able to put my hand on a deck, turn it back like I'm actually sampling from a vinyl, because that is my preference. Like, I go back and forth with record players and records. I sell all of it and then I try to get it back because I miss that, you know, kind of I guess it's the ritual of it, the routine of it, the hands-on. So like I'm just in the digital. I had bought a $30 cheap Ion turntable, belt drive one. I had got it from Goodwill, and then I just took it back because I wanted it out of my space, and it's just not really convenient. Digital digging is a lot more convenient. So yeah, I think eventually maybe I'll find some kind of solution for that where I can do the hands-on kind of like I'm digging. So I might get my hands on that Denon Prime Go or not. I mean, this is pretty cool because the whole idea was sparked from this, because I can just go through Tracklib, rewind stuff here, and I got my volume control, and you know, I can just type different genres and stuff. So yeah, if you like the concept in general, maybe it wasn't executed as well as it could have been. Next time, things that I'm going to do, and I did have like ChatGPT help me kind of come up with some concept art, which is kind of bad, but for the general idea of what I was thinking about, it would have been more visually viewable, or you know, I would be able to got that across to you guys a little bit more visually clearly. So next time, something like that probably. Yeah, so if you like the concept, give the stream a thumbs up. I appreciate y'all. I'll be seeing y'all sometime this week, hopefully. And I'm going to keep bringing some different concepts for live streams. So thanks for chilling with me. Appreciate y'all. Y'all bless. Okay, keep on with your dreams, please. Peace.